life's too short to be drinking shitty beer. Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. I have got tonight Leffe, or Leffe, however it's pronounced. This is the brown Leffe, or Leffe, however it's pronounced. I've tried and reviewed, I think, the Leffe, the golden Leffe. This is the brown version with presumably caramel malt, which has been roasted. It should give it a distinct flavour. This is a 750ml bottle, so bigger than normal, and it's 6.5% alcohol. The Leffe Brewery, well, I say the Leffe Brewery, originally it was a monastery. That monastery doesn't exist anymore. That has been demolished. It's got such a checkered history, that monastery, that this is based on. They say anno 1248 or something, or anno 1340. They say anno 1340 on there, but they really can't claim that the monastery has been going since then. It's as I say, it's been taken over by Heineken now, and Heineken are brewing, or Leffe are brewing under Heineken's sort of ownership. Enough about that. Let me open the bottle and let's see what's going on. Now this is they do a blonde ale, which I suppose everybody, they do a blonde ale, which I imagine everybody has tasted before. If not, it's widely available. You can get it in all the supermarkets in the UK. I don't know whether it's brewed over here. It may even be brewed over here. I'm not sure, but you can get that quite easily. This is quite hard to get hold of. I saw this on special offer today in where was it, Aldi, and it was £2.50 for a 750ml bottle. So that's not bad value if this is a good beer. And what are we getting out of there? Well, as you'd expect, the caramel malt, that's definitely coming through. There's some sweetness there. Again, as you'd expect, you get that with the blonde ale as well. They add glucose to this too, which it rings alarm bells for me in some cases, because I question why you need to add glucose to make things sweeter. There's more natural ways of doing it than adding glucose. But anyway, yeah. So there's like a roasted caramel aroma to that, some sweetness, and some spiciness too, like that sort of coriander, which I imagine is coming from the yeast that it was brewed with. I was debating what glass to put it in. I'm going to put it into one of these Belgian chalices. May as well. If it was a small bottle, this is what it'd be put into. So let's just pour that out now. And that looks really good. It's a sort of an off-white head, fair bit of carbonation in that, and it's a very, very dark ruby colour, almost Guinness-like in its appearance. Yeah, it's more of the same. It's just the caramel malt, the spiciness, the coriander, the pepper, white pepper, which is characteristic of a Belgian ale. But let's dive in and see what's going on with the flavour. Oh, that's really good. That is really good. I'd go so far as to say that this is better than the blonde ale, the original blonde ale that they do. These caramel malts that you find in a lot of dark lagers, a lot of German and Czech dark lagers, they roast these and it gives it a lovely sweetness, like as it says, a caramel sweetness that just tastes superb, and it really complements this as well. I can taste that glucose that's been added, and you can taste that in the golden ale as well. But this is nicer, it's got a nicer mouthfeel to it, I think. And it's it's just really good. That is just a really, really good ale. The glucose may get a bit sickly after a while, and I did notice that with the Leffe, and I had a small bottle of the golden Leffe, and that was getting a bit sickly for me towards the end. This is chilled, and that glucose is really coming through. To be honest, I'm not sure whether I could get through more than one bottle of this. That glucose is just a little bit too much for me. That glucose syrup, and that doesn't ferment. That will just stay there in the mix, and you'll get that in the drink, which you're getting now. But that being said, this is not bad at all. So you get the caramel, you get the sweetness, you get the spice on top, which is coming from the yeast that this has been fermented with. The glucose, yeah, you're getting that, and the more it warms up, the more you're gonna taste that. And some people might find that a bit too sickly. I must admit, I'm not a massive fan of sweet beers, but this is still good. I mean, it's a pretty stand-up ale, and for £2.50 for 750ml, that is not bad at all. So I would give that a 7.5 out of 10. Would I recommend it? I'd recommend it over the golden ale. I actually prefer this. Some people may prefer the dark. The golden ale for me it just lacks the body that this has got. But having said that, they're both pretty good. They're pretty good beers, in my opinion. But this shades it. That's why I'm giving that a 7.5, and I'd recommend it. I got that for £2.50 at Aldi's, and yeah, you can't go wrong with that. £2.49 actually, and you can't go wrong with that because that's a 750ml bottle. You're getting a lot for your money there. You're getting a good ale or a good beer, and you're getting your money's worth, definitely. So yeah, Leffe Brune, 7 out of 10, recommended for the right price. And remember, life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.